I don't understand. Of course, lately, there are many things we don't understand. But for years and years, I have wanted to help others in some ways. First, it was in beautification, by being a cosmetologist for 62 years. During that time, I started receiving channeling for helping others to heal. That started with the understanding of the word organic for health in the 90s. Over the years, I have been channeled new and different healing procedures, including my book, Healing Yourself Made Simple. Each time I hoped the new healing was the major miracle I'd been waiting for. Well, now, here it is, after almost 30 years. Spirit and I are calling it the Amazing Healing Session. I would like to explain some things that you have probably never heard of, but please listen with an open mind and think about how wonderful this all could be and really is, because we deserve it. Consider this. We all have what I call a spiritual family. Mine specifically consists of my innate, whom is in charge of my cells and health. The I am of me is the part of me that is connected to the other side and knows all and is in every life with me. We each have our own angels and spirit guides. Then we have those ancestors, family, and friends that have passed. I, in particular, have my father, my son Dustin, and recently my brother Milt and sister-in-law Karen. Of course, God is with all of us, whether you believe or not. Your spiritual family is there to help you in this life, but you have to ask. Isn't that what prayer is about, asking for help? This is the part I do not understand. If people believe enough in God to pray and ask for help, why don't they believe that they were given the help with the Amazing Healing Session? The Amazing Healing Session is amazing and does mental and physical healing of all your cells and works with the energy and emotions in your body, puts you in charge of your body, and even activates all of your stem cells. Now, this is major for your health now, and it's for the rest of your life. In 2018, I totaled my car, which brought on all kinds of health ailments. I asked my spiritual family, what is going on? By the way, channeling is something we all do. In different ways, we are given thoughts or ideas to help us along. I just happen to finally know when I'm being channeled and am able to converse back to my spiritual family to find out the details of what is going on. We are all able to do that if we work our way up to it and believe. Anyway, with the many months of healing from the accident, I was given stage 4 leukemia, diabetes, osteoporosis, disintegrating hips, kidney and liver problems, cataracts, etc. It was quite a learning experience through that time and still is. This was the plan. I was to write a book on healing yourself, as I tried different ways for healing. Some were channeled to me and some were found in researching. Being able to talk to my spiritual family throughout all of this has been a true blessing. I could get yes or no for new vitamins or treatments. It wasn't until recently, the fall of 2022, that I was given the Amazing Healing Session. I had managed to maintain being alive for 4 years, but not actually cure or remove anything. I have to tell you this story because I think it's so funny. At the end of 2021, I hurt myself unhooking a utility trailer from my car. The pain was changing and getting stronger throughout my groin area until February of 2022. Suddenly, I couldn't eat and was barfing liquid. The doctor sent over nurses to hydrate me. Now that helped, but was worse a few hours later. In 2 days, I lost 20 pounds of liquid. Regretfully, the fat was still there. The next night, my friends came over and called an ambulance. I barfed again just before being wheeled out to the ambulance. I was always pretty good after barfing, and this is how I remember it. There was 2 ambulances, a fire truck, and about 10 paramedics. I was laughing and said, "Is there enough of you to handle me?" Not too long after that, I was passing out, in between them taking tests. I remember being put back in an ambulance again because it was cold outside. Then I was taken to a hospital. Next, I remember being wheeled on a gurney down a dark hospital corridor with stuff piled on the sides and through some double doors. A man came out of some more double doors, and I asked who he was. He said he was a surgeon who was going to do surgery on me. I asked if he was a good surgeon. He said yes, and I told him he should tell a person that first. I didn't think I had been drugged yet, but I'm not sure. He said I had a hernia with a strangulating colon. To me, this is the funny part. I almost didn't believe him. Here I am with all these things wrong with me, and he's telling me I could die from a hernia. Well, I lived, but I certainly learned a lot in the next couple months. Through all of this, learning was major for me, and is part of these ordeals. Also, this is how spiritual families work. They may channel you a thought, and I have learned to follow up on that thought and do research. That tends to lead me to something else, which ends up in healing me faster, or better, or I learn something. Besides writing a book, which I was told wouldn't be finished and published until the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025. It is now supposed to include my memoirs of becoming a healer. By then, I will be doing auditoriums full of people for healing. In the meantime, I am following suggestions from my spiritual family totally. I now have land 20 miles northeast of St. John's, Arizona, which will be off-grid. I've invested in a new company of crypto to pay for what I'm supposed to be doing in the future. There will be an underground monolithic dome house with 2 greenhouses. Healing will be done in the area, and I will be traveling also to do healing. A few years down the road, there will be an auditorium for healing sessions with greenhouses for feeding people with volunteers learning professions. It sounds like quite an accomplishment for healing in many ways. Our future looks pretty great. But back in the summer of 2022, before the amazing healing session, I was complaining to my spiritual family. I had some healing modalities from them, but nothing mind-blowing that I knew needed to be. Then, the fall of 2022, I was given some healing ideas that didn't seem possible. The more questions I asked, the more miraculous this healing sounded. My spiritual family and I gave it a name and put together the whole program with the unbelievable new healing plus healings I already knew. Thus, the amazing healing session was created. Of course, I did it on me immediately, and within 2 months, my spiritual family told me my cancer was gone, including the diabetes. And I could tell. There was no more black and blue marks, no nose and teeth bleeding. Wounds and cuts were healing, and I felt different. Now, many months later, I am being told the osteoporosis, cataracts, fungus, viruses, and inflammation are gone. The muscles that had shrunk are full length now, and all cracks and holes in my bones have all been healed. Even my bone marrow is all red and not yellow. My spine is the last health issue I'm dealing with. It's called Scheuermann's kyphosis. Basically, it's much too curved so I can't stand up straight, which causes pain. I was led to Taoism and particular exercises to correct this, along with my bones and blood, and they're working. The amazing healing sessions seems to heal everything. Whenever I hear, about some disease or problems like long COVID, heart attacks after immunization shots, or transgender thoughts, or so many veterans committing suicides, I ask if everyone will be healed from these issues after the amazing healing session. I always get a yes. And now, everyone will be protected from this latest COVID fear being thrown at us. They have said everyone will be healed of everything in time if they are open to it. That was my problem, the in time part. After the amazing healing session, the body immediately starts healing. All cells have their program changed for healing. All stem cells are activated. All stuck energy is removed. All trapped emotions are released. Karma, trauma patterns, and the energy of the past are dropped. Bad things in the Akashic records are released along with the buzz. Much of this is negative stuff stored in your cells, and I will explain it all. Because we are healing our cells, which is what we are, trillions of cells, it takes time. For example, The stem cells are a bunch of cells we all have that have no name or purpose. Once activated, they march through your body like an army. When a health issue is discovered, some of the cells break off and start healing that area, and now those cells have a cell name and purpose. The rest of the army continues on looking for health issues for the rest of your life. Yes, you will be healed for the rest of your life. You have also been put in charge of your cells. Example, you feel the flu coming on. You simply tell your innate, I don't want this flu. Please get rid of it by tonight. Done. I have been told that all healing will be done within a year. Now understand, I do not do the healing. Your spiritual family does it. I have only been given permission to tell your spiritual family what to do. They do whatever is needed and will tell you you are healed. But your body still has to follow through and finish the job. That is what takes the most time. I complained about the timing. Of course, there is still overnight remission, for which can still happen sometimes, but I want to see it all the time. I'm human. We want all, and we have no patience. Then I was given the empath healing. Now, they gave me this by telling me 3 different times in a week that I am an empath. I thought my feelings and intuition were normal, but I guess not. The empath healing is done by my spiritual family. The healing is done quickly and may save your life, but the amazing healing session needs to accompany it. You need to have the cells put to work because nothing is done with your cells or energy or emotions with the empath healing. I realize this all sounds unreal and too miraculous, but aren't we due for some miracles? Isn't the world in a turmoil? Haven't we seen horrible things show up now that we're supposed to deal with now? Aren't all the bad people coming out of the woodwork for us to be astonished and realize, how can this evil really be happening? Think about this. In the last few years, don't you believe God has received many more prayers than usual? Then why can't you believe that God would give us this amazing healing to show God is with us with love? The amazing healing session works mentally and physically. I was told the activation of my stem cells is what rid me of cancer. My book, My Healing Miracle for You, will explain all throughout the 7 years or so of healing and spiritual activity. The amazing healing session is for everyone, no matter what age or if you know you have a health issue or not. The empath healing is for anyone that wants it, or if you are so ill or lacking in time for one reason or another, you don't want to wait for all the cells to heal everything. Learn more about cells and energy and emotions and the healing protocols on my website. There are also creations I make with gemstones and crystals, which help in healing. For all I know, there is nothing as powerful as the amazing healing session, mostly because it actually changes the cells and is from God. But gemstones, crystals, meditation, colors, sounds, Reiki, acupuncture, tapping, Qigong, Feng Shui, pranic healing, and so many more are ways of healing some, by mostly working with the energy in the body. The amazing healing session is a procedure that everyone should receive, including children and animals. Thank you for listening to the end, and hopefully with an open mind. Check out my website, healingyou.info. See my videos on X or Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, etc. as Cell Healer or Cellular Healer. With love and better health for you, I am Gloria Lamantia Bell. Thank you.